Good morning, everybody. I promised myself I was going to start doing this before work and taking walks and stuff. First off, I do want to say we did take our road trip and I've got a ton of video, but I think I need to get a different camera besides this GoPro because I don't know if anybody else is primarily filming stuff on a GoPro outside of, like, I don't know. I mean, these things were designed for extreme sports people, right? Like to ride their bikes and skateboards and stuff. Anyway, I always hit the wrong settings, so I don't know if anyone has that problem. So I got a bunch of stuff. We got the cheapest Universal Studios pass just because we just wanted a place to go this year where it was kind of like bought and paid for. It'll pay for itself over time, stuff like that. So we went there and I got a bunch of footage that was in like this weird, in fact this might even be in that weird cinematic mode and I just don't even know how to shut it off. So I'm gonna try to figure it out, but I might get a different camera. Here's what we're looking at right now. Gotta try to walk here without slipping on the ice. At least there's some snow for traction. This is the warmest it's going to be in a few days, so I don't think I'm going to be able to like really get out. Thank goodness it's Thursday. I got to just survive these 2 days. And I think what's funny is one of the things that's important to do is when you make a commitment to yourself to start doing things, I think in my life at least, it's been harder to stop doing things. And one of the things I need to stop doing is worrying and beating myself up and feeling like I'm responsible for everything that comes my way. I mean, we're only human, you can only do so much. But I've always, well, at least ever since I had my kids, so for 20 years now at least, I feel like I'm responsible for everything, and that pressure's really been weighing on me lately, and it's been a bit debilitating, honestly, and it's really affecting how I feel about my work and everything. I'm gonna let these cars go. You know, this is funny seeing it this busy. Every time I'm out, it's not busy. This guy should get a green light. No one ever comes down from there. It's like just the people that live there or around here. Somebody's smoking a cigarette. That's such an odd smell these days. I think you smell marijuana more than cigarettes anymore. Look at that old house over there. There he goes. I don't think, yeah, there's another guy coming down. You know, when you're walking in this, you got to be careful. Because you remind yourself, them drivers can't hit the brakes. If he had hit the brakes right now, he'd slide right out on the road. Okay, there we go. I've never been into these little corner stores. Maybe I'll see what's going on there. I'm sure it's just vapes, cigarettes, wrap snacks, stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to get more exercise. I also, my wife got me one of those little sun lamps. It's supposed to help you feel better. So maybe getting out and doing this and talking to nobody for a while is going to help me overcome some of this anxiety I have. So I'm going to keep doing this. And if anybody's watching, I mean, I think I'm apologizing to myself for not posting, because not like a ton of people are watching this. I think it's time for me to start doing some things for myself. One thing I do love about winter in Pittsburgh is when you're on top of these hills, you get to look out and the leaves have fallen, so you get to see, oh my gosh, there's deer tracks here. Yeah, so you get to see all the lights. I did a different walk and talk through here once. This is Observatory Hill, or Perry North, depending on what you want to call it. If you go back, like, I don't know how many videos, I did go up to the observatory before the weather got bad this year. One of these days I'm going to go in there. I'm kicking myself because I worked with a guy whose dad was like one of the I don't know, benefactors or something for the observatory, and he would give tours, and he was like, hey, come out, we'll hook you up. And I just didn't do it. Something about doing anything with work people back then, at least, didn't really appeal to me. So what I'll do is walk this stretch of Perry North, and then I'll turn around down at the fire station, because I'm gonna have to log into work and get that going. So that's a buzzing with activity. At least the roads aren't bad. The roads are good. We're supposed to get, they said we could either get a ton of snow or a little bit of snow, just depending on the storm. We're like right on the edge of all the snow we're supposed to get this weekend. Look at these stores over here. This guy's gotta go around this way. I always walk around the back of the cars when they're coming out of the intersections. This one here, you gotta kind of look over your shoulder that way, because people like to fly up this road to turn around. Look at that. I'm the first person on this sidewalk today. Anyway, this is like the little business district here, at least part of it, and there's supposed to be a coffee shop coming in called Three Peaches, and I hope they open. It seems like it's taken a long time. Lord knows it's probably hard to start a business, so I hope they open, because I could see myself on certain mornings walking down and getting a coffee. Like one of three people going to work. Look at this door. It looks like somebody yanked on it. That door was not partially open like that before. If you turn on your police scanner this time of the year, it's actually kind of sad, actually. Not like, I don't know, not like heartbreaking sad, but a lot of people that don't have anywhere to go when it gets really cold will break into these places just to try to get shelter. And there's the fire station right ahead of me, and there's the high school over there. I believe it's called Perry High School. watch. It's actually more dangerous on the non-snowy sections today. Okay. There's another corner store down there called Trios. That's been here since we moved here, at least. I'm sure longer, because we've only been here for about 10 years. It's nice having a fire station so close to home. I was trying to redo my daughter's ceiling the one time, and I decided it'd be a good idea to try to cut. Some of the plaster was coming off her ceiling by the window, and there was like this little ledge of plaster hanging down. I was trying to get a clean cut so I could match up some drywall, and decided to try to use a angle grinder on it, and sparks flew everywhere and smoke filled the room, and I thought I caught my ceiling on fire. And then guys had to climb up my steps and come in and check my house out. Luckily I didn't catch it on fire, and lucky my wife wasn't home. See, this isn't even open. Oh, it's pretty clean in there. This ice machine looks brand new. And then if you go down the hill there, that gets you down to East Street, and kind of what's left of the East Street Valley after they put the interstate in. They bulldozed the whole neighborhood to put Interstate 279 in. So there's a few houses left down there. But that also takes you over to, you can take that down to Central North Side, and down by the hospitals and everything. Actually, yeah, down the hill, that's where the setting, I guess. I know they're probably not filming there, but Allegheny General Hospital is where that show, The Pit, is. That Cinemax show, The Pit, is based out of. So I think they got shots from around town, but I'm sure it's not. Obviously they're not filming it inside the real emergency room. So I think it's time to try to give myself a little bit more grace. Let's see, we got the North Side Chronicle. I see that paper. I think they're still printing it. Oh good, they are working. Look. So, oh my gosh. I think this is the coffee shop they're working on. I hope they open this. We need more good businesses. Good for these people. Let's see. Oh my god, this is gonna be awesome. Lavazza. Is that what this is gonna be? Oh, some chunky ice snow falling. So that's not, I don't know if that's the coffee shop. I think they maybe rebranded. I hope it's still going to be a coffee shop. What is this? Huh. Wow, it's nice to see some businesses come in here. But like I was saying, you can't shoulder the world. It just doesn't work. And life's too short. So I guess, excuse me, look at that old church with the snow. I wonder what it looks like inside there. Oh, yeah, I was saying if your best isn't good enough for somebody else, then you just move on to something else. And I think I need to teach myself that, because it really gets you down if you hold yourself to somebody else's standard. Nice to see the salt crews out. Behind this fence, there's a bunch of beehives, like they're keeping bees, or they were. This building right here used to be a bank, and I think there's just one guy that lives in there, and he's kind of renovated it into a residence, but it still has the vault and everything. I think he's an artist. It's just kind of nice. Maybe when the weather gets nicer, I'll take you guys up to Franklin Road. There's a somewhat of a artist co-op up there in an old Catholic school, and there's all kinds of murals on the outside and stuff. Adds a lot of color. It doesn't look like this, but this is a hill, and I am not in great shape. So I haven't been outside since we got back from Florida on Monday, so it's been a few days. It's supposed to be -1 on Saturday, and a chance of getting a lot of snow. Imagine driving down that in this, or driving up it. This building with the house on the back, I would love to get this. I don't know what they're doing with it, but it's an old funeral home. When I was looking at houses over here, I think that was up for sale. The way those houses are all... Oh, there's an old car there. Look at that. $12.25 for a pack of Newports. Oh my gosh. I am so happy that I don't smoke anymore. Holy mackerel. I started smoking back in the 90s, the mid 90s. And the first pack of cigarettes I bought, name brand, was a pack of Camel Unfilters, and it cost me 75 cents, and it was disgusting. Yeah, holy, it must have just salted this. That really took effect. Holy crap, see how fast that worked. It shows you how warm it is. So anyway, but look at their steps. Wow. Mine crumble a little bit each year, and I go out and I take a hammer drill, put anchors in, and try to brace some fresh concrete onto the risers that come off. But they're starting to blow out again, and I can guarantee you after this weekend, when we hit the thaw, and whenever we hit the thaw, I'm not sure when that's going to happen. Not in the cards or the forecast coming up. Look at these houses here. I like those. See how they have little built up concrete, like little short walls. Probably because people would slide right into those houses if they take this corner on an icy day. I think those are, what do they call them? Craftsman style houses or something. Anyway, I don't even know where I was going with that, but this is kind of really rambling, but it feels good. It feels good to talk out some things, get them out of my head. There's my two favorite towers. When I first started making videos, on other channels and other places, and I was just fascinated. I used to be able to walk right up to the bottom of that one tower, the tall one, and then they got wiser. I think a lot of people were walking up there, and the workers that were climbing up there would yell. Like if they were up there and you didn't know, they would yell down for you to get out of there, because they didn't want to be responsible if they dropped something on you from way up there. So they fenced off a larger area. I almost bought this house. Well, I didn't almost buy it, but we looked. It was in the listings when we were looking, let's put it that way. All right, guys. I got a long day ahead of me, and I'm gonna have to remind myself to take everything in stride today. And I think, oh, I'm not even pointing the camera at myself. Not like you can see me in the darkness, but it's gonna be a long day. I'm gonna take it in stride. I suggest everybody just take everything in stride. If you don't have anybody that loves you like I do, which I'm fortunate, just remember that God loves you, and you are created by Him, and that's enough. Look at all them cars on 279. Everybody's heading to work. I'll see you guys all in the next one, which could be tonight or next week. But I will be editing my footage from my little jaunt to Florida, which was pretty amazing. Y'all take care. Have a good day. Bye.